Okay, so let's get started. I would say we have a pretty large group of people already here. I would hate to tell you guys to keep waiting, so without further ado, welcome to our webinar. We are doing a monthly series where we discuss different topics of interest to you guys and to us, of course. This month, we did it a little bit differently because this is our second webinar of the month, and we're so excited. Haitian family reunification is the topic for today. Any questions that you might have, feel free to use the webinar chat or the Q&A, and we will address them during the presentation. We're here today. My name is Catalina. I work in the acquisitions team here at Elizee Law Firm, and I have Leticia, who is a colleague of mine, and she's also very happy to be here. So go ahead and direct your questions in Spanish, English, French, Creole.
Yes, I'll be there to answer any question. En créole, en français, j'en voulais. Vous pouvez poser toutes questions dans le chat, dans le Q&A. Avocat là pour répondre nous. Donc, bienvenue.
Great. All right, so I think without further ado, let's get the presentation going. As always, this is the point where the screen tends to be a little bit slower than me, but here we go. All right. So today we will be discussing Haitian Family Reunification Parole Program. As everyone knows, this program is open to more countries, but today we're going to focus on the Haitian case. I wanted to tell you a little bit about our firm and our leading attorney. This is attorney Patricia Elizee. She has a bar admissions in the state of Florida, so she is able to practice law in Florida, but also because we focus on immigration law, you can reach out to us from anywhere in the world and we will be able to assist you. You have seen us in various publications, in different media sources, the Miami Herald, the Sun Sentinel, and we do, on a very frequent basis, publish in Le Floridian. All right. Thank you, attorney, for taking over.
Awesome. So as the team said, today we're going to be focused on the Haitian Family Reunification Parole Program. This is a program that recently started in the last few weeks that's really going to be benefiting a lot of our community, so a lot of Haitians in the Haitian community. This will help a lot of people to be able to reunite with their families. What kind of program is the Haitian Family Reunification Parole Program? Is actually a humanitarian program, right? So in the United States, there's different ways of coming to the US. You can come to the US either on a family-based petition, you can come to the US on an employment or student-based petition, or you can come to the US on a humanitarian program. The humanitarian programs are created by immigration to help in different special circumstances. Some programs that you guys should be familiar with is, for example, TPS, refugee and asylum programs, or humanitarian parole. So, pour que nous vraiment comprendre qui ça qui the Haitian Family Reunification Program, c'est un programme humanitaire. Légalement parlant, aux États-Unis, il y a vraiment trois différents types de programmes généraux pour entrer dans le pays. Il y a deux programmes qui sont basés sur lien familial, il y a deux programmes qui sont basés sur l'école ou bien sur le travail. Et le dernier type de programme que nous gagnons, c'est un programme humanitaire. Le programme humanitaire, par exemple, il y a deux, trois programmes que nous connaissons déjà, qui est TPS, qui est asile, réfugié ou bien parole. In the last few years, we've really gotten more and more programs under the parole umbrella. And some of these humanitarian parole programs or humanitarian programs generally, some of them are general, but some of them are very specific based off of what country you're coming from, right? So, il y a des programmes humanitaires, c'est pour tout le monde qui est éligible. Et au cas où il y a des programmes, c'est vraiment basé sur qui pays, right? Ou venir de qui pays pour qualifier. Par exemple, TPS, gen TPS pour Haïti, mais pas gen TPS pour tout pays qui te ka qualifié. So, faut faire partie d'un pays qui qualifié pour programme là. Ça, c'est pour TPS là, et même pour parole. Next slide, please. So today I really want to focus on what are the different humanitarian programs that we have been seeing and we are seeing that the Haitian community has really been benefiting from. So everyone should be familiar with the TPS, Temporary Protective Status. This is one of the first humanitarian programs that was specifically for Haitians that was created first in 2010. There's definitely some strong arguments to say that TPS should have been given to us as Haitians way before then. But the first time that TPS was given to Haiti was in 2010, and they've been renewing it ever since. As you know, the TPS program was under attack under the Trump administration, but thankfully it was able to survive. And there's actually a new TPS for Haitians that was recently created. So any Haitian national that was physically in the country since November of 2022 is able to qualify for the TPS. So again, programme qui humanitaire pour Haïtiens, specifically, il y a un programme TPS qui premier programme humanitaire côté qui était commencé en 2010 après tremblement de terre en Haïti. So, il y a un pile monde qui t'a pensé que le programme ça normalement il était qu'à commencer des années avant ça. Mais c'est en 2010 il commencé. TPS is where the US government has stated that it's not humane to be able to send the person back to their home country. So they're going to give them the ability to apply for a work permit, a travel permit, and to have a temporary status in the US while there's this emergency in your home country. The emergency for Haiti obviously started with the earthquake and it continued into a political insecurities up until now. So which is why we've gotten the TPS renewed every 18 months or so. Now, in January of this year, we had a huge announcement, which is the Humanitarian Parole Program. Everyone knows this program as the Biden Parole, the Biden program. So this is the Humanitarian Parole Program that was created earlier this year. How did this program start? What is the purpose of the program? As you can see, each program has its own purpose. Each program was started for a reason. Each program is going to benefit a certain community or a certain group of people. So TPS, okay, is for the group of Haitians that were physically in the United States before a certain date that the US government says it would be inhumane for us to send them back. Therefore, we're allowing you to stay. The Biden program was created in January of this year. This is to benefit Haitians that were outside of the US. And the purpose of this program was to allow them with a sponsor to come to the US on a temporary basis and to be able to remain here. The purpose of this program was to reduce the number of Haitians that were coming in the border illegally or that were risking their lives getting on boats to come to the US. So the purpose behind the Biden program was to cut the number of illegal immigration happening from Haiti to the US. And when they first announced the parole program, up until the last report that we had, the number of Haitians who went into the border illegally actually dropped significantly after the Biden parole program started. The third type of program is the program that we'll be focusing on today. So this program was actually initiated back in 2014, but it was modernized this year. So a lot of people are actually benefiting from the Haitian Reunification Parole program. The purpose of this program is to reunite families. We're reuniting families where you have a Haitian national who's waiting to come to the US on a pending green card application. And they're waiting because it's taking immigration a long time to get to their priority dates. So for those who don't know what a priority date is, every single green card application, they have to get to your number. They have to get to your file. Every single different kind of green card has its own category. So if you're an immediate relative of a US citizen, meaning if you are married to a US citizen, or if you're a child under the age of 21, or you're a parent of a US citizen, then that group, we're not waiting for a visa to be available to them, right? So that group, there's no waiting because the visa is always available. But for example, if you're a sibling of a US citizen, the wait can be 10 years, 15 years. If you're the spouse of a green card holder, maybe you're waiting 6 months, 2 years. So each category has a wait time. The purpose of the Haitian Family Reunification Parole program is to make sure that the people who are waiting outside of the country are able to come to the United States before the green card is ready for them, so that they can continue to wait for the green card while they're physically here.
Attorney, you mentioned something very important, and that's the priority date. How would somebody know when their priority date is going to take place? That's a question that we get very often during our consultations.
Sure, so that's a great question. For a priority date, you want to check the visa bulletin. And the best way to look that up is you go on the State Department's website. Every single month, there's a report. And that report is going to tell you what priority date or what number they will get to that specific month. So what cases are ready for the second step, which is to prepare for the green card. When you look at your receipt, the I-130, the petition for alien relative, not only are you going to see the date that the application was received, you'll also see the priority date there. And that priority date is going to be your space, your spot in line waiting for them to get to your date. So that way you're able to continue processing your application. Okay.
Thank you so much for clarifying that, attorney.
No worries. No problem. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper into the Biden parole, right? So like we said, the Biden parole is the humanitarian parole, also known as the Biden program. And the way that this works is you have a sponsor. The sponsor is going to be filing for you online. There does not have to be any family relationship between the sponsor and the person that's actually coming. A friend, a family member, a colleague, an organization is able to sponsor someone through the humanitarian parole program for them to come to the United States temporarily. Right now it's for a 2-year period where they're able to come in, apply for a work permit, a social security number. And that's how the humanitarian Biden parole program works. Okay.
Okay, we have a question. Combien de temps processus la prend for the Family Reunification program?
So for the Family Reunification Parole program, processus prend plus temps que Biden programme, parce que nous pas regarder pour nous ouais, là que nous arriver dans section ça, que the Family Reunification Parole program, il y a plusieurs steps, que il y a de bail pour faire for the Family Reunification Parole program que ou pas obligé faire for the Biden parole. And for the Biden parole, so to make sure everyone's on the same page, the question is, how long is this process going to take, the humanitarian parole program? Right now, it's not clear because there's few more steps to take through the Family Reunification Parole program that we're going to get into that we don't have to do under the Biden parole program. So as you guys know, the Biden parole program started in January of this year. This is for Haiti. However, they had started the program first for Venezuela. for Venezuela. So that started October of the previous year. Unfortunately, there was already a backlog for the Venezuelans. And in January, they added more countries, including Haiti, to that category. So what happened is USCIS, the immigration agency that takes on these applications, were overwhelmed with applications. So over 1 million people applied, and USCIS was not expecting that. So what happened is there's a huge backlog. To address the backlog, around May of this year, USCIS made an announcement that now is going to be they'll take randomly the applications. So half of the applications are being adjudicated or processed in order. The other half are not. The other half are being handled randomly. So this is creating a lot of confusion. So we have seen, for example, cases that have been pending still since the end of January, or for example, since the beginning of February. So just kind of be a little bit patient with those applications because they're still pending.
Attorney, does this mean that there is no specific timeline to get a response for the Biden program?
Correct. There's no specific guideline for the Biden program, and there's definitely no specific guideline either for the Family Reunification Parole program.
Got it. Thank you.
Next slide, please. Okay. So the Haitian Family Reunification Parole program, as we stated, started in 2014. And the purpose was to allow people to physically come to the US before the application was actually ready to go on to the second step of the process. There was a pause in the program, actually, because according to USCIS and the State Department, not a lot of people were taking advantage of the Family Reunification Parole program. So we hadn't really seen many applications being processed since 2017. But this year, they've started the program again in the sense of now modernizing it to mirror how they're processing the Biden parole programs. Next slide, please.
Okay, we have another question. Attorney, if you want to answer that one, it's in Creole. Qui sa m ka fè comme bénéficiaire si m vle konnen à ki niveau traitement dossier mwen ye?
So, si que ou même ou bénéficier, malheureusement, c'est faut que c'est moun qui te fi l'application pour qui ka contacter immigration. So, oui, ou ka rele immigration directement, mais faut qu'on gen moun nan sou ligne nan, parce que c'est yo même qui pour vérifier document yo avec information avec immigration nan téléphone nan, pour yo ka ba n'importe information. So, pour l'instant, OK, seul bail que nous ka fait, nous ka monter sur uscis.gov pour nous mettre numéro dossier pour nous garder pour nous what's the status of the application. Si que premier step nan pour approuver. Mais oui, nous ka toujours essayer de l'immigration pour nous demander directement avec un officier dans le téléphone. Est-ce que nous avons un problème avec le dossier? Est-ce que nous avons un moyen dossier? Pour que nous puissions parler avec l'officier d'immigration, il est important pour nous que le petitioner, le supporter sous ligne, parce qu'il y a obligé de sous ligne avant que nous n'importe information. So, as a beneficiary, really, you're able to monitor the status of the case. You can go online and put in your receipt number, check the status of the case. You can also try calling USCIS directly, but you do need the supporter on the phone because they have to verify their information to get more access to the file. The immigration officer is able to verify their information and they can answer questions that you have. For example, have they touched my file? Have they gotten to my file? Is there something wrong with my file? What's going on? The immigration officers on the phone don't have a lot of access to the parole applications because that's in a different office that they've created. That's apart and separate, but they are able to see, okay, I saw that they touched your file or they haven't gotten into it yet, or actually there's a problem with the file or not, okay?
Okay, I think we have a great question here. It says, est-ce que programme familial nan ka annulé ou soit suspend et puis dans qui circonstance?
So programme nan complètement.
Yeah. Est-ce que le programme nan ka annulé ou bien ka suspend pour quelle raison?
So Ou ka wè ke un programme d'immigration, malheureusement, ka toujours suspend à cause d'une raison politique. Nous pas jamais connaît c'est qui gens que yo pral vraiment gérer un programme à long terme. Pour qui ça? Parce que programme là commencé par exemple sous Biden, ou ka wè que si c'est pas si c'est pas un démocrate qui continue avec in the White House, ou ka wè que tout nouveau programme ça yo, si c'est un républicain qui président ou bien c'est une autre administration, il a toujours changé programme yo. Comme nous, par exemple, t'es une nouvelle jodi à propos de DACA, right? Côté que y a un juge qui a dit que DACA c'est un programme qui pas is not legitimate. Mais c'est un programme qui commençait depuis Obama. So c'est chaque administration qui prend des décisions différentes, ou il y a des administrations qui supportent le programme là, il y a des administrations qui ont essayé d'éliminer le programme là. So, le programme fédéral, spécialement avec immigration, c'est pas aucune garantie de combien de temps qu'on a bien programme ça. Unfortunately, with these federal immigration programs, there's no guarantee of how long the programs are going to be around for. So let's talk a little bit more about what happens with the Haitian Reunification Parole program. If the beneficiary is approved, they're going to be able to be paroled for 3 years. And they also have the ability to re-parole. This is very, very important for people to understand. Si que yo approuvé, so si yo approuvé the beneficiary, so moun ki haïtien, right? Famille nou ki haïtien ka tan pou yo entre si yo approuvé yo for Family Reunification Parole, y a ka joun parole lan pou 3 ans. Depuis que yo entré, y a ka fait application pour code travail, y a fait application pour social, et y a qu'à renouveler parole là. Pour qui ça que l'important, c'est que les rentrer sous parole, idée, hein, right? Idée programme là, c'est que en 23 ans expirés, normalement résidence première colta disponible pour nous continuer. Mais malheureusement, c'est chaque mois que le dossier a changé. Ou que 3 ans passés et il faut arriver sur l'application Parole. Alors, c'est très, très important pour que nous comprenions si nous avons sous Parole, il faut que nous gardions le Visa Bulletin chaque mois pour nous connaître qui l'heure que vous arrivez sur l'application Parole. Parce que si Parole expirée et vous pouvez arriver sur l'application Parole, c'est devoir pas nous connaître pour nous appliquer for re-parole, pour nous joindre parole encore. Si nous pas fait ça, malheureusement, nous avons un pays sans statut. Et si nous avons un pays sans statut, nous pas qualifier pour une résidence après. Okay? So I really want to emphasize this because this is really important and it's very different from the other programs that we're used to seeing in the community. With the Haitian Reunification Parole program, you're being paroled in for a maximum of 3 years, okay? But you have to be very careful because you want to make sure you're keeping track of the priority date. As soon as they get to your priority date, it's your duty to go to the second step and apply for your green card. Because remember, the idea of the program is we're going to let you in a little early, and as soon as they get to your priority date, your place in line, you need to go ahead and file for your green card. So we're letting you to come and wait for your green card to be available here. But if your parole expires and your priority date is still not current, it's your responsibility to apply for re-parole. Because if you don't do that, then you're going to start being in the country without any status. You're going to accumulate unlawful presence, and that's going to cause for you not to be eligible for the green card later on. So very, very important. This is also very different from the Biden program, because with the Biden program, you're paroled for a maximum of 2 years, and there's no guarantee of re-parole as of now. So moun ka appliqué sous Biden, yo gen un statut pour 2 ans, mais yo pas garanti que ça va passer après 2 ans ça. Mais avec the Haitian Reunification Parole, oui, appliqué avec un statut temporaire pour 3 ans, mais yo connaît déjà Si yo pa kalifiye ou bien si yo pou rive sou dosye pa yo, y ap ka mande an extension pou yo re-parole, pou yo gen an lot parole pou nyen, pou yo kontinue tan avèk an statut legal nan peyi, ki très important pou nou kompran. With the Haitian Family Reunification Parole program is by invitation only. Invite only. Très important. Faut que yo invite nou pou nou participer la program sa. With the other humanitarian programs that are available, you can have someone apply for you. You don't have to wait for an invite. You can have anyone apply for you. You can have your mom apply for you. You can have the person who applied for the green card apply for you for the Biden program. You can have anyone apply for you, but for Haitian Family Reunification Parole, it's limited. It's limited to being, you need an approved I-130. So, faut gen un dossier I-130 qui approuvé déjà, et faut joindre une lettre d'invitation, right? Faut qu'on joigne une lettre d'invitation. Depuis qu'on joigne une lettre d'invitation est valable pour 1 an. Est-ce que vous obligé participer dans le programme dans lequel vous invité? Non, ou pas obligé. So you're not obligated to take part of the program when they invite you to take part of it. You have the option to do so, and that option is available 1 year after the invitation is done. So at this point, if anyone has a pending I-130 and they're not sure what's going on or if they got the invite, you can do 2 things. Number 1, you need to go on the uscis.gov website and you look up the Haitian Family Reunification Parole, and you can check with your receipt number whether you received an invite or not. And number 2, you want to make sure that you contact the National Visa Center so that you can update and make sure that your address and your email address as the petitioner is current in the system. Because once they decide, and it's up to their discretion, once they decide to send an invite letter, first, if you have an email on your file, they'll send you an email. If there's no email on the file, then they'll send you a physical letter. But if your email and your physical address are not up to date, then you may miss the invite. So, ça qui est très important, c'est que faut que nous gardions pour nous, si so citoyen américain ou bien résident, so moun qui file I-130 pour nous, faut que li contacte immigration pour que li sûr que immigration gagne information pour nous adressée avec email. Parce que y a envoyé une lettre d'invitation pour moun nan, et moun nan a bien 1 an pour choisir si vous voulez participer dans le programme, c'est pas un programme qui pour obliger participer là-dedans, right? So, avec invitation, ou ka demander pour que moun que vous t'a fait entrer à partir de résidence là, entrer avant même que résidence en déposé pour yo, et yo ka entrer avec madame yo, et yo ka entrer avec petit yo. Même si yo pas marié, ou même si yo pas gen ti moun lè que I-130 te fil, ou lè que I-130 te approuvé. This is very important for people to understand. Even if the derivatives say, so it's the spouse and the children of the principal beneficiary. For example, if you applied for your brother to come in with a green card, since the I-1, and you started with the I-130, the I-130 was approved, and it says I-130 approved for brother X, Y, and Z. Now you got an invitation, but his marital status is different. He's now married and he has 2 kids. Can that spouse and the 2 kids also qualify for the Haitian Family Reunification Parole? Yes, they can. So what's going to happen is you're going to have to file a separate application for your brother, for the spouse, and for each kid. So each person that you're going to be applying for the Haitian Family Reunification Parole program needs to have their own separate application on USCIS. And all of this is also being done online. I don't know if we have any questions about beneficiaries, derivatives, I-130s, how that works in the process.
I'm actually going to interrupt you, attorney, because I have 3 really great questions here regarding eligibility for either the Biden program or the Haitian Family Reunification. So I think the first question I'm going to ask you is one that's been asked at least 4 times in the chat. Can deportees apply for any of these programs?
Yes, they can. Generally, so the general rule with immigration for these parole programs is if you've been deported more than 5 years, then you'll be eligible. However, in our experience, even if you've been deported more than 5 years ago, there's still a chance that the travel document is not approved, right? Because remember, this is a discretionary program. Even if the petitioner is approved, it doesn't mean that each of the beneficiaries are going to be approved. And to highlight that fact, the main beneficiary, so the person listed as the main beneficiary in the I-130, has to be approved before any of the other derivatives. So the main person has to be approved before their spouse can come in or their children can come in. So being deported by itself is not an absolute bar to participating in the Haitian Family Reunification Parole program. It's something that immigration is going to consider, and it's going to be up to their discretion whether they're going to approve it or not. Okay.
Okay, I have
Okay.
a quick question. Est-ce que gen limite sou quantité membre en famille qui ka réuni à travers programme sa yo?
Non, so pa gen on limite, ok? Parce que pour que nou ka qualifiye pour nou entrer en moun, li pal basé sou I-130 petition lan. The I-130, I-130 lan. I-130 lan, se fom immigration ki te komanse prosedyo la. I-130 lan te komanse prosedyo nan kote ke nou te vwel pou USCIS. Ki pou di ke mwen an citoyen Ameriken, mwen an rezidant, mwen tan reme komanse an demande pou rezidans pou tel moun. Ok? Depi ke aplikasyon sa apouve kounyen, non seulement moun sa ap kalifiye pour résidence lan, mais petit li, moins de 21 ans, avec moun ke l'marye avec li, ap kalifiye pour résidence lan, et y ap kalifiye pour programme sa. So, oui, ou ka entre moun lan, et famille proche li. Ou pa ka entre ma tante, cousin, neveu, non. Ou ap limite pour montrer mais qui ti moun ke moun nan genyen, ok, yo pat marié avant, yo marié kounyen. So, par exemple, lè ke nan fè an application for Haitian Family Reunification Parole, wap oblige montre, ok, moun nan marié kounyen, men certificat de mariage, men extrait d'archive mariage. Yo pat gen ti moun avant, men kounyen yo gen 4 ti moun. Disons que l'application prend pile temps. Avant, yo pa gen ken ti moun du tout. Kounye yo gen 4 ti moun. So, 4 ti moun sa yo avec madame nan ka entre et ap kalifié sous programme nan. Mais, faut présenter certificat yo pour montrer que, ok, men 4 baptistes, right? Si c'est 4 moun, si c'est 2 moun, si c'est 5 ti moun, si c'est 10 ti moun, yo tout ap kalifié, mais faut que yo mineur, moins de 21 ans, ou bien faut que yo marié avec principal nan pour après entrer. But that was a very good question. So how are you limited to the number of people for you to bring in? You're not limited to the number, but you are limited when it comes to the family relationship. Because you can bring in the main beneficiary in all of their derivatives. So let's say they're married now and all of a sudden they have 4 or 5 kids that they didn't have when the I-130 was filed. You're able to bring in all of them. However, you're not going to be able to bring in cousins, nephews, aunts, etc. So that's really something for people to understand.
Attorney, one more question. I'm going to go first and then I'm going to let you go. Let's take turns. Attorney, we have another question that I think is a really good one. It says, if someone receives an invitation from the USCIS to apply for the Haitian Family Reunification, but they already have a tourist visa, what's going to happen to the tourist visa if they participate in the program? I'm adding to the question.
That's a really great question. The tourist visa, is a legal document that allows you to travel back and forth. The Haitian Reunification Parole, you're going to be coming to the US and staying. You're not going to be traveling back and forth while you're waiting for your green card. So your tourist visa is not really going to be pertinent anymore because you won't need it. So it's not that it's going to be automatically canceled, but you're not going to be able to renew it because you're physically in the US. So very, very important. The Haitian Reunification Parole Program is not a visa. C'est pas un visa que programme ça y est. Li pa ba ou possibilité pour que ou voyager pour faire va-et-vient entre Haïti et les États-Unis. Programme ça, c'est pour qu'à faire une seule entrée et pour qu'à attendre aux États-Unis jusqu'à ce que résidence là approuvée. Oui, ou ka une possibilité qu'on pour appliquer pour permis de voyage, mais ça c'est après et c'est pas on va qui à 100% garanti for this program. Programme ça vraiment c'est pour aider famille pour y réunir. C'est pas pour que les remplacer un visa. Alors visa que nous gagnons là maintenant, c'est pas un visa que you pral rejeter ou bien cancel automatiquement. Mais logiquement parlant, si vous bien garder programme là ou pas besoin de visa ça encore parce que but programme ça c'est pour que nous ta entrer ici dans résidence là. Depuis que résidence là disponible pour nous faire l'application résidence là, et après ça nous ka voyager comme résident. So vraiment avec du programme là statut touriste c'est un statut que nous pas vraiment besoin à la longue parce que nous pas en touriste encore, nous entrer pour nous rester jusqu'à ce que nous joignons résidence. I hope that was clear and helpful.
I think it would be. And last one, I promise, Letty, I am sorry. One more question regarding the validity of the 1 year that we're talking about here with the family reunification. This person wants to know, is it 1 year from the date that you received the invitation or 1 year from what?
So it's the 1 year from when the invitation is issued. You have 1 year from when they invite you to participate in the program to actually take advantage of the program. If you choose not to take advantage of the program, then that's okay. They will continue working on the program just as it was before, waiting for the appointment at the US Embassy abroad, right? So, pas oublier que nous pas obligés de participer dans le programme ça. So, si nous décidons de ne pas participer dans le programme, le dossier a continué normalement, qui veut dire que il y a voyé dossier dans l'ambassade. Malheureusement, pour qu'on y ait l'ambassade fermée, mais logiquement, depuis que l'ambassade est ouverte, il a continué avec tout le dossier. Mais si nous décidons de participer dans le programme, ça, qu'on y a entrer aux États-Unis, au lieu qu'on continue avec l'application dans l'ambassade, on a besoin de résidence aux États-Unis. So instead of doing a consular processing case, if you participate in this program, you will now be doing an adjustment of status, and you'll be filing for your green card while you're physically in the US. But if you choose not to participate in the program, that's okay. Your package and your file will be sent regularly to the US Embassy or consulate abroad.
Great. So my next question is, are you done, Kata? Great. The question is, si yo te appliqué pour moi, yo te approuvé I-130 ya, yo pa jam di mwen, m passe par Mexique, m vin rentre aux États-Unis et m pa gen papier. Kounya nou recevoir invitation pour Family Reunification Programme, est-ce que m toujours éligible?
So that's a great question. Pour que vous participez à la Haitian Reunification Parole Programme, il faut que vous en dehors des États-Unis pour entrer avec statut parole. So, c'est pas que vous avez participer avec lui si ou ici là. So, pour participer, il faut prendre un risque là pour tourner à Haïti ou bien à l'autre côté pour faire application pour re-entrer. Qui obviously, c'est pas un bail qui garantit. The Haitian Reunification Parole Program is only going to benefit beneficiaries that are outside of the United States. They're not going to benefit people that are physically inside. The purpose of the program is to bring people in legally before the green card is approved. So, but programme là, c'est pour yo ka ba en façon pour rentrer dans le pays en façon légale, avant même que résidence là disponible pour. So, si que ou ici sans papier, ou pas ka bénéficier sous lui, faut prendre chance là, si que ou d'accord prendre chance là, pour aller en dehors des États-Unis et pour avec papier voyage pour qu'on y pour essayer de rentrer. OK?
Great. Okay.
David, the answer is yes. You should definitely hire an attorney to review your file. If there's any type of criminal issues or any concerns or deportations or anything like that, you should definitely sit down and speak to an attorney. You're welcome to reach out to us. Our information is on the screen. I'm sure you have it also in your email so that we can sit down, review your case personally with you to see what the best route is for you. Okay. Great. So just quickly, so there's no confusion, while the Haitian Family Reunification Parole program was 3 years, the Biden parole is 2 years. There's no re-parole currently available. Anyone living in the U.S. with status may petition for a Haitian national. So under Biden, c'est n'importe moun ki ka appliquer pour vous. Mais sous Haitian Family Reunification Parole, faut que c'est moun là qui file I-130 pour vous ka appliquer pour vous. So ou plus limité, right? And then with the Biden program, it's every single person needs their own application. Okay. Great. So, qui ça que yo gen en commun avec tous les deux c'est paroles que yo yé, mais dans différentes formes. So, si vous entrez avec the Haitian Family Reunification Parole ou Biden, nous pas qu'à faire va-et-vient, c'est pas un visa. The parole programs are not a replacement for the visa at all, okay? And they're not a direct pathway to residency. C'est pas parce que the Haitian Family Reunification Parole program approuvé que n'a besoin de résidence là. C'est pas que yo garanti ou résidence là. Seul bail que the Haitian Family Reunification Program l'a fait, il était entré aux États-Unis, OK, avant que date là disponible pour appliquer. Quand il faut appliquer pour résidence là, après qu'on finisse d'entrer, qu'on y pourrait s'y approuver l'application. Mais c'est pas en garantie. Mais tous les deux formes, c'est online pour yo faire. Is the I-134A, which is the same form for both the Biden program and the Haitian Family Reunification Parole program. It's very similar supporting documentations when it comes to financial documents to show that the person applying for you, has the ability and the funds and the means. So the person will be giving their taxes, evidence of working, evidence of cash assets. And for both programs, when you come in, you'll be able to apply for a work permit after you physically enter the US. This is an application that has to be done on your USCIS account. So some applications, the lawyer can do it for you on their account, but this is an application where it has to be done through your account. And for all of the petitioners, everyone needs to be able to show that they're going to be able to financially support the beneficiaries that are going to be coming in. So what are the steps? What is step by step of the Haitian Family Reunification Parole program? Step number 1 is to get invited. Si gen moun ki di ou bam kob parce m'a fait joindre lettre d'invitation ou pas besoin faire ça, right? So if there's anyone that tells you, hey, pay me this amount of money and I can get you an invite letter, that's not happening. You have to be invited by the National Visa Center, by immigration to participate in the program. So make sure to check your email, make sure to update your address with the National Visa Center so that once you are invited to participate, that you get that invite in your inbox or in the mail. Secondly is to file the I-134A. That's a form online pour que moun nan fait pour et c'est chaque personne qui a besoin d'une application séparée. Même si moun, even children need their own separate applications, right? So c'est pas que on fait une application pour toute famille. C'est chaque moun nan famille qui a besoin d'une application par yo. So you need to go online and file that I-134A. Once you're approved, then the beneficiaries have to submit their information to USCIS. But for here, the Haitian national will have to take a physical medical exam. So, faut que moun nan en Haïti al wè un docteur, et y a ba ou un liste docteur qui est disponible pour ça, avant pour que nous compléter forme là. So, il est très, très important, parce que dans forme là, faut qu'on dit que oui, ou al kay docteur déjà, et oui, que le docteur en ba un feu vert pour qu'on continue avec l'application. Si que nous mettons dans l'application que oui, que nous jouons feu vert ça, avant même que nous ayons rendez-vous avec le docteur, immigration dit déjà que y a rejeté dossier et nous pas qu'à participer dans le programme. This is very, very important because this was emphasized and highlighted on one of the meetings that USCIS had with different people, with different key participants and organizations. They emphasized the beneficiary in Haiti does have to go see a panel of physicians. They have to get a medical exam done. That medical exam has to be done and completed before they swear and complete that section application that says that they have the green light. Because that doctor is going to submit also the date and the information to USCIS. So if USCIS sees that you completed and said you went to the doctor before you actually did, they're going to reject your application. Once the beneficiary is done submitting all of their application on USCIS, the last step is to apply for the travel document through the CBP1 app. And this is going to be done per person. Okay.
Attorney, I received a question privately, and this one says, let me go ahead and read it because I think it's a really good question. I think it's more philosophical though. I think it's more so asking your opinion on the matter. What if, okay, so since it's the same form utilized, the I-134A for the Biden program and family reunification, do they prioritize family reunification over the Biden program, or how does that work?
That's a great question. Unfortunately, we don't know what cases exactly they're prioritizing. All we know is all of these humanitarian, all of these parole-based applications are all being processed by a new office that they've created recently. In our experience, they prioritize the new applications when the program just initially started. But as you guys see, that doesn't last very long. So there's no way of knowing if they're going to be prioritizing the Haitian Reunification Parole program over the Biden programs. There's no way for us to know that, but that's a very, very good question. What I hope that they're doing, and I hope that everyone who's having issues with these programs are reaching out to your local congressmen and senators, because the more calls they get from senators' offices and Congress offices, there's more pressure for them to fix the problem, to hire more people, to make it easier to process the applications faster. The way that they set it up doesn't seem like they were ready to receive the number of applications that they did. So looking back, I just, all of these programs that are initiating under the Biden administration, I think they come with a great message and they try to achieve something. It's not necessarily being done the right way or executed the way that we would like to see it executed, but it is with a great intent, which is to streamline a safe and easy way for people to come to the US so that they don't have to cross the border illegally, they don't have to risk their lives, and that families are reunited quicker. It's just unfortunate that, there's backlogs and not enough people, and there are people in the community taking advantage of families. So we just have to be careful about that.
Got it.
So I would love for, as we said at the beginning of the program, Catalina and Leticia are actually part of our acquisition team, which means that they answer our phones mostly. So they really hear and they really know what the community is going through, because they're the ones who capture the questions first and hear everyone's stories and organizes the file for me before I'm able to sit down and do the intake. So I would love to hear from your perspectives, what are you guys hearing? How are people reacting to the Biden program versus the Haitian Family Reunification? Or what are some stories that come to mind that you'd like to share with people that are kind of tuning in and learning about these programs for the first time?
So our most recent calls from our clients regarding the Biden program, they're all worried about the sponsors. And they're all trying to leave, they're all trying to get approved faster. So it's between getting a sponsor to file for them or with the USCIS that's taking so much time to work on the cases. They're always asking if we can help them to get approved faster, or if the program is gonna be canceled, like how can we help them like to leave as soon as possible? I think that's one of the questions that we get often. And for the Family Reunification program, I'd say they are more confused about receiving the invitation, or like if they have to get the invitation, or if they can apply for a family member or apply for themselves, for example. So that's what we get the most.
I think one of the larger conclusions that we receive, that we can get from all the consultations we've done regarding specifically the Biden program is, as Letty said, we get a lot of inquiries regarding how we can make the application be reviewed faster. And I think something to point out is that one of our approaches during the consultation is to make you understand that while you're waiting for your application to be either approved or denied, but we're always crossing fingers for it to be approved, is you can always review it again, right? And try to catch those little mistakes that were made during the application process. So, while waiting might seem like the worst thing in the world, you can really use the wait time to your advantage in correcting the little mistakes before the USCIS gets a chance to touch the application, so that you have a higher chance of being approved. And I think that's one of the larger conclusions that I've gotten from our consultation processes regarding the Biden program.
So that's a really great point. Two really great points. Number one is seeing, unfortunately, how sad the situation is and how desperate people are, right? People want to be able to have access to the US and to feel safe and to be reunited with their families as quickly as possible. These programs, they give a lot of hope, but unfortunately, because of how chaotic and how many applications they're getting, it is creating some frustration. So I believe the last numbers that we had was, as of June of this year, there was about 200,000 who had actually already came in from the program, and there were hundreds and hundreds of thousands more pending, and they're approving about, I believe, 15,000 a day, but randomly. So it's sad to see the desperation of folks needing and wanting to get out and also being reunited. Another great point is the fact that reviewing the application, or having a professional review the application, can catch some mistakes that you wouldn't be able to see yourself. So go ahead to the last slide, just so that they have the contact information up. I can think of a few cases, but the first case that comes to mind is a family where they were approved for months, but they didn't know they were approved. And what we did was we asked them to send us the application that they filed, we double checked every information that was provided to immigration, and it was a simple mistake, but they didn't know that it was a mistake. It was a simple mistake with the email. And they said, we never got it, we never got it. We were able to point them to that mistake. They fixed it. And now she has access to actually come into the US. And this potential client had been waiting for 4 months after she was approved for the application, not knowing she was approved. And she was under the impression that her entire family members were included in her application. But we had to go back and say, no, we have to file for each person separately. So it's just a simple misunderstanding of the actual application process or how the information was put in made such a big difference. The most important things to double check on pending applications are, the emails, the phone numbers, the passport numbers, the date of births, etc. Because if you don't catch that mistake before immigration reviews it, they can approve it, but you're not able to continue with the process because there's a problem in the system. The passport number in the system doesn't match the passport number that you have because it was entered incorrectly. Or the passport that you had at the time is now expired. And when you go to the airport, you have a different passport, so they're not going to let you get on the plane. But if you had known that from before, you could have updated it with immigration way before you physically went down there or before you continue with your process. So I think it's definitely worth sitting down, double checking all the information that was put in the system, verifying that all the numbers match up, the passport numbers, the date of birth, the expiration dates, the emails. Like those are super important to make sure that they're current. If the passport has expired, to make sure that you update it with USCIS before they get to your application, because if you let them approve it and your passport is still expired, that's going to cause some delay later on. So I've definitely noticed that that's one way you've been able to help a lot of people, is just going back and double checking and triple checking. And we found some major mistakes, and we're able to either help them fix it or guide them how to go ahead and fix it on their own.
Attorney, thank you so much for hosting this webinar today. I think it was very useful for the many questions that were answered on behalf of our participants. And, in addition to that, it's really interesting that you brought up this specific case, because we followed up with them this week, and it turns out that the approved application, after they were able to correct the mistake that they had in the email, she was able to travel back to outside of the US and travel back into the US. So she is now awaiting her work authorization as we speak.
Oh, wow, that's great.
So, folks, my advice to you is definitely reach out. You might think you can do it all, but it's okay. You can get help. We are available to assist you 5 days a week, even if it's a Saturday or a Sunday. We will get back to you on the weekday. Our phone number is 305-371-8846. You can write to us if you are outside of the country and have no other way of calling, to intro@elizeelawfirm.com, or you can visit us on our website for additional information, blogs, updates that the USCIS puts up. We speak English, French, Creole, and Spanish. There is no limit to what we can do for you. So reach out.
Merci tout le monde d'être nous te participé dans le webinaire ça jeudi. Moi espérer que toutes questions nous yo avocat te gen chance répondre yo. Sinon pas hésiter contacter nous dans 305 371 88 46 ou bien sous email nous qui c'est intro@elizeelawfirm. Nous là et du lundi au vendredi de 8h30 à 5h30. Même le samedi, n'a toujours checker email yo et n'a toujours répondre nous au plus vite que possible. Merci.
So just one last thing, please, 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 any topics that you want us to cover next, let us know. We really listen to you guys, and we try to cater the educational videos as well as the webinars to what you want to hear about, what you want to learn about. So reach out to us on our social media, send us comments, leave comments on our post, and it will be really a pleasure for us to kind of customize our content for you. But thanks everyone. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you at the next event. Bye guys. Thank you. Bye ladies.
Bye,
Great job.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.